blood hospital. The psychiatric hospital had always been a place of whispered fears and dark legends. Its gates, corroded and twisted, had been left ajar by decades of neglect, as if inviting the curious, and the foolish rain-slicked streets reflected the jagged shadows of the building, shapes that seemed almost alive. Mara, a young intern obsessed with documenting abandoned medical history, had ignored the warnings. She slipped through the broken gate one stormy night, notebook in hand, flashlight shaking in her grip. The hospital seemed to breathe around her. Inside, the lobby was a tomb. Dust-covered wheelchairs tilted like broken sentinels, and the scent of mold and decay was so thick it made her eyes water. A faint echo of footsteps followed her, though she was alone. Every hallway she turned down appeared longer than the last, twisting impossibly, the walls flexing like a living creature. Room after room revealed horrors frozen in time, rusted beds, restraints, and patient records strewn across the floor, some written in panic, some in neat, methodical handwriting that seemed to spell madness itself. Drawn to room 213, Mara hesitated, feeling an unnatural chill grip her spine. The door creaked as she opened it, revealing the rocking chair that had become legend. But tonight, the room was worse. Shadows pooled in the corners, stretching along the walls like crawling oil. A faint humming began, low and broken, a lullaby sung by unseen lips. Then whispers began, soft at first. "Why did you come? Why did you leave us?" The words multiplied, overlapping, forming a chorus of accusation. Mara's pulse raced. She stepped back, and the door slammed shut with deafening force. The walls bled. Dark, viscous liquid oozed from cracks and seams. Whispers became shrieks, and shapes emerged from the darkness. Patients with hollow eyes, mouths sewn shut, fingers elongated into claws that scraped the floor. The rocking chair spun faster and faster, creaking as if powered by some invisible force. Mara fell backward, her flashlight clattering, casting flickering shadows that danced across the room. Figures in hospital gowns floated past, moving backward, mouths opening and closing soundlessly, their intentions palpable and malicious. Hours passed, or maybe seconds. Time had no meaning here. Mara fled through corridors that no longer obeyed geometry. Doors led to rooms that defied reason. One room contained a spiral staircase descending into infinite darkness. Each step echoed her name. Another was lined with mirrors, but her reflection stared back with eyes void black and teeth sharpened into knives. Shadows followed her, slipping along floors, climbing ceilings, stretching across walls. Everywhere she looked, she felt unseen eyes watching, waiting. The basement was a cathedral of horrors. Rusted chains swayed as though moved by invisible hands. Broken medical equipment lay scattered, dripping black liquid that pulsed like it had a heartbeat. On one wall, a mural was etched deep into the plaster. Faceless patients screaming silently, doctors contorted into grotesque shapes, their hands reaching out for something unseen. In the center, Evelyn Blackwood appeared, skeletal, pale, eyes glowing faint red, hair matted, pointing directly at Mara. "Stay," she whispered, and all the shadows converged, pressing into Mara's mind. Every corridor now looped endlessly, halls twisting into themselves. The hospital seemed alive, reshaping itself to trap her. Rooms she had fled from appeared again, but changed, more horrifying. One room was full of cribs, rocking violently, each occupied by a shadowy figure with hollow eyes staring at her. Another room was an operating theater, its instruments moving on their own, performing endless surgeries on unseen patients. Mara tried to scream, but only whispers came out, carrying her own name in haunting repetition. She stumbled into what she thought was the exit, but it was another nightmare. The walls were lined with mirrors, each showing a version of herself, screaming, bleeding, and mutating into monstrous forms. Figures that had followed her earlier now appeared in the mirrors, stepping closer with each heartbeat, reaching their hands through the glass as if trying to pull her in. Time fractured, past and present collided. Mara saw the first patients of the hospital, the doctors, and herself, dead, dying and alive, all at once. Finally, Mara fell to the floor in exhaustion, the darkness pressing down on her like a living thing. She felt hands, hundreds of them, crawl over her body, dragging her toward the mural in the basement. Voices screamed, laughed, and whispered at the same time, their cacophony ripping her mind apart. The walls themselves bled shadows, pooling around her feet. Mara realized that the hospital wasn't a building. It was a predator, feeding on fear, reshaping reality, and twisting all who entered into its collection of lost souls. When dawn came, the storm passed. The hospital looked silent, empty, almost normal. But Mara was gone. Her notebook lay open on the lobby desk, pages blank, except for a single line, scrawled in jagged red. She saw them. They saw her. And now, she belongs. And somewhere deep inside the building, faint whispers echoed, "Mara, Mara, forever." The town carried on, unaware that one of its residents had become another ghostly witness, trapped inside a building that had learned to hunger. The hospital waits still for the next visitor foolish enough to wander through its gates, ready to bend time and reality until it claims them completely. Like, comment, and subscribe before the next ghost finds you.